Whoops. Cheers.
What's up guys, welcome to another video, welcome to my last heavy deadlift session before comp. Working up to a new personal best actually, a new conventional personal best potentially of 275. Feeling a little bit nervous, but warm-ups are feeling pretty good. Just about to hit 225 and then jumping up to 250, so quite aggressive jumps. And then it's 12.5 kilo jumps up until we get to 275, so fingers crossed, let's get it done. Welcome to Thursday. I haven't actually picked up the camera in a couple of days since Tuesday's session, which did go really well, but I've been absolutely battered, to be honest with you. Obviously that was my last heavy lower body session before the comp, and naturally that's massively fatigued me. But it went really well on Tuesday. Obviously managed to work up to 275 kilos for a new conventional PB. And I think that's an overall bare hand PB, like of all time. I don't think I've ever lifted that with bare hands. So yeah, very good session. It's a bit weird now though for like the rest of the week, because obviously I'm used to training 3 times a week. Now I'm only training twice a week as we sort of dial down that fatigue a little bit. So I don't really have much to do in the week apart from working. But today I have got a day off because it is my mum's birthday, so I've got some family coming around a little bit later, and I'm going to be donning the barbecue to cook up some chicken souvlakis. I can never say that, souvlakis. So that's exciting. I've just been to see Sam at the Beehive as well, so that's quite nice. But yeah, just a bit weird that I'm not training midweek. My next training session is going to be on Saturday, and that's going to be the last heavy session that I do before comp now. So working up to 155 kilos on the bench, I believe, and then a sort of semi-heavy SSB session, and then that's pretty much all of the hard work done. Then just one light session next week, and then we compete. So obviously at this stage, recovery is key while I'm not training, so I'm making sure that I'm eating a lot of food, and I've put on probably 1.5 kilos in the last week, which is a little bit worrying in as much as I don't want my leverages to change that much, because obviously when I'm putting on the belt and getting down for a deadlift or squatting, I don't want it to feel different to what I've been used to while training. But definitely trying to eat as much as I can just to feel nice and full on the day, but also from that recovery side of things. So obviously over the next few days going to be eating a lot, and because it is my mum's birthday, we're going to be celebrating eating a lot of food as well. And it's nice going into a competition not having to diet, because I've been so used to having to cut weight. This time last year it was my cousin's birthday, and I remember going out and having to order like plain fish with rice and basically put like no salt on, because I couldn't have salt because I was water cutting. So it's nice not having to worry about that side of things, and basically just enjoy myself leading up to a competition, because it definitely takes that little bit of stress off as well. So looking forward to the next couple of days, just eating what I want, and then just getting this last session done. So something else that I realised I haven't actually spoken about is what I'm planning to actually hit in the competition in terms of numbers. So just starting with squat, I think opening wise, I really want to be opening at around 245 kilos. I think that's a fairly aggressive opener, but it really does set me up to hit potentially what I think I can hit, which is 260 kilos. So if I maybe open around the 245 mark, and then a second attempt would be a comp PB of 252.5 kilos, and then I can go for that sort of Hail Mary attempt at 260, and that really set me up for bench. Now bench was one that I was really worried about, because obviously I've had a lot of the issues with my pec and everything, but it's definitely got to a point now where it's feeling probably the best it has ever felt. And when I look back at how my training was going this time last year, it's probably better than that was. So bench, I'm potentially looking to open around that 150 mark. Second attempt probably 155 kilos, and then 160 would be amazing. That would match my overall PB, and it would be a comp PB. That would give me a subtotal of 420 kilos, which would mean I would just need, I say just, but I would need 280 kilos to secure that 700 kilo total. So in order to achieve 280 kilos, I think I'm going to be having to open around 260 kilos, second attempt maybe 270, and then 280 to be pulling for that qualifying total. So I think 10 kilo jumps on my deadlift, because I've been training that way as well. I think that's realistic. So obviously that is best case scenario, but it does mean that I'm not going to be attempting a 300 kilo deadlift, which was, at the beginning of the year, I was really hoping that by the time I came around to this competition, I would be pulling a 300 kilo deadlift. But I think realistically, I need to be just pulling what I need to get that qualifying total, and then potentially target 300 at the British, if I qualify. So, like I said, I've got a day off today, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to come into town and have a little mooch around the shops, mainly because I need to get some more camera lenses, because I've got a lot of sort of videography stuff coming up, as I mentioned in my last video, and I want to make sure that I'm nicely tooled up with the equipment for that. So I'm just going to have a little look around the shop, see if I can get some good lenses. I've been chatting to my mate Adam from the gym, because he's a proper whiz with his camera stuff, and he's given me some recommendations of good lenses and what to look out for. So yeah, let's just go and have a look and see what we can get. Me saying that someone is a whiz at something makes me sound like an 80-year-old man, doesn't it? Okay then, little test run of the new lens. This is what you were previously looking at this beautiful face with, but now it is through this lens. It's still not brilliant in terms of like completely cutting out all the graininess of the footage. Obviously this isn't a photography or videography YouTube channel, so you don't need to know all of that, but in the interest of trying to make the content a little bit nicer and cleaner, I do try and upgrade my lenses and stuff. But this isn't a really good lens, but it does zoom in a lot, which is a feature that I basically really needed for when I do the filming at the competition in November, I needed something which I can really sort of focus in a little bit at. But in the future, I will invest in a proper, really nice lens, which is just going to make the footage unbelievably clear. But as for now, this literally only set me back 90 quid, and basically I had a little bit of store credit because I sold my old phone. So I'm not out of pocket. I've got quite a nice lens, and it's a day out, innit? Day out at the shops. So overall, mission successful. Happy birthday, Mum.
You know this one. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're gonna make me cry.
The 3/4.
What?
They are horrendous.
Oh dear.
And you can do it over St. Ives. So you can go with somebody.
Choose your best child to go with you.
I don't want to say thank you so much, alright? Oh God, thank you. Oh, I'm so lucky to have you, honestly. God, that's alright. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness.
Oh, can't quite believe how quickly this has come around, but this is my final heavy training session before comp. Like I said before, I've got a heavy bench and heavy SSB. I don't know if I mentioned that, but potentially I'm working up to a new personal best on my SSB today, but I think I'm going to be a little bit conservative with that because I don't want to completely ruin myself 1 week out. So we'll see how we get on there. But bench, I am going pretty heavy today. 2 singles at 155 kilos, potentially bumping that up to 157.5 kilos if the 155 feels really good. So yeah, one more big session to go. Let's get it done. Once I've done this, I'm actually continuing the celebrations for my mum's birthday. So she's got her sort of big party today. We had like a family gathering, which you saw at home, but yeah, we've got a nice party that we've got for her at the Beehive pub once again. But obviously I'm not going to be drinking because the interest of recovery, which is a bit annoying, but I can still have a good time and not drink. We're going to have lots of pizzas, a lot of fun, just to catch up with family and friends. So looking forward to that. But first things first, I've got to lift some heavy weights.
Let's go. Unleashed, untamed, on a war campaign. All I'm hearing on the brain, no pain, no gain. Chokehold on the game, make them remember the name. Put my flag down, never back down till I'm all that remains. Put my money where my mouth is, and I put the proof with the claim. Put my enemies where the ground is, got a face down in the grain. Dominate your terrain, leave a path full of flames. You ain't never took a real loss, that's about to be arranged. Yes, let the fire blaze, let the bridges burn. Once we go to war, no return. Yeah, we bout to take it way too far. Yeah, we bout to take it way, way, way too far. Let's go. You ain't know I was a problem, you bout to learn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return. Born ready for the drama, with an army that'll ride for 'em, and we came here to conquer. Everything I put my eyes on was a beast to a monster. Gladiator down in my bones, you ain't built for the problem. Make way cause the God's home. When you hear my drums, can't hide, can't run. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. I'm a bully back in my zone, I'ma throw him off of my throne. I was number one when you came, I'll be number one when you go. Blaze, let the bridges burn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return. You ain't know I was a problem, you bout to learn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return. Yeah, we bout to take it way too far. Yeah, we bout to take it way, way, way too far. Let's go. You ain't know I was a problem, you bout to learn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return.
Okay then, so the curse of the dodgy pec returns. On that second set of 155 kilo, I felt a little tweak go in my right pec. Previously it was my left pec that was plaguing me, but yeah, annoyingly halfway up on that rep I did feel something go in my right pec, right in the sort of corner there, and sort of anything in that sort of movement there, like going up there, that hurts. So very, very annoying, obviously, being 1 week out. But I'm trying not to think about it. It's not like a major thing. I'm hoping that with a little bit of rehab over the next week, it's not going to be an issue. It might mean that I might have to like dial down my expectations a bit with bench, which obviously means I'm going to have to put more effort into my squats and my deadlifts. But it's just very, very frustrating. I'm trying not to like think about it too much because I don't want it to become a mental issue when I'm benching. But we'll see how we feel over the next few days. As for now, moving on to SSB, so luckily with that, I don't have to sort of go into that extended position there. I can just obviously have it there, so it's not going to be affecting my pec to do that. So yeah, we'll just crack on with that, get focused with that, and then see how we are in the next few days, I suppose. Good presents as well if it's Matt and Will. Yeah.
Is that why you have a party?
Yeah.
Let's have a party.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
All over the land.
Have you heard my name?
No, come on.
Right then, so here at Mum's birthday, naturally a little bit deflated from the gym, but trying to put that to the back of my mind because I want to enjoy my evening. Yeah, not the ideal end to prep, obviously, but I've got 8 days to see how the pec sort of feels, and I'm going to do what I can to make sure that the rehab is on point so I can at least put a total together. If I can't get 700 kilos, it's not the end of the world. It is just powerlifting at the end of the day, but I do want to get it at some point, so even if that means I have to do a comp a little bit later and then go for 700 kilos, but hopefully that's not going to be the case and I am going to actually be able to get close to 700 kilo and I am going to be able to bench to my full potential next week. But yeah, it's not looking good at the moment, but yeah, just going to make sure I enjoy the evening with the family, friends, and then yeah, whatever will be will be. Alright guys, I'll leave you with some of the footage of the evening and I'll see you in that next one. Take care.